were so wrong. We were so wrong. I was so sure it was enough that you were mine. But now I know true love must stand the test of time. I remember. I remember what we thought love was, but now I know the truth. Yeah, I know the truth. If you can make it through the things that love does, if you can hold on, can you hold on? Oh, through the heartache and pain, the good, the bad, through the sunshine or rain, but together. I remember what we thought love was, and we were so wrong. It was so much more.
David, tell us about your thoughts on nasal resonance. I know this is a huge topic for voice teachers and singers, and there's a lot of different opinions out there. What has been your experience and practice with the use of nasal resonance?
Well, I'll speak into my experience, and that any resonator above here is not off limits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so it's part of the spectrum of sound that we hear at any moment, but it's just to degrees.
Yeah.
And so I use nasal resonance, especially in my warm-up, because part of my work that I do, especially when I'm on the road, the second, third, fourth night, if that's the case, is thinning out my vocal cords. Mm-hmm. Because just like anything else, if you run on your feet the next day, they're going to be a little swollen, So, so you've got to thin your vocal cords out. And the best way that I found to do that is with that ming, 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 and that's putting everything right here. And what that is doing, that ming, 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 and you do it to where you can feel it resonating right here. You can just feel it vibrating. What that's doing, as far as what I've always understood, is it is trying to get proper closure with the ligament on the top of your vocal cords, the edge of your vocal cords, and just really trying to pull it taut, and it's just gently working that to try to get any swelling that you have.
So the three sounds are M, N, and MG that bring the sound into the nasal, and there you have two of them, with the M and the MG.
Right.
That's great.
And that's the one I've always done, and that's been a very useful tool to me to try to throughout the day. If I wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like a bass today, that kind of thing. So getting all that swelling and it's just like if your hand is swollen, you're going to start rubbing it like this to get the fluid out of it. Yeah. It's the same concept as that. You work it, and then it becomes more mobile. And one thing you don't do is this.
Yeah.
You don't do this,
Sure.
and that is what if someone's feeling their vocal cords are swollen or whatever they attribute to that, you can't scream through it and expect things to be okay past that. So it's a gentle process that you go through.
So you use it to thin things out, makes it feel more flexible, more easy.
Right. Yes. Absolutely. And so nasal resonance as a part of my warm-up, that is one thing. But it's undeniably a part of my singing, and it's a part of classical singing to a degree, and all the way to rock singing or
Sure.
whatever you would put on the other end of the spectrum of that. So there's a vocal technique kind of thing that helps you achieve a certain kind of sound. And then there's also how do you want to communicate the line you're singing.
Sure.
Sometimes it's just that you want it to be more nasal,
Mhm.
that it feels appropriate in the moment.
Yeah.
And there is more pressure necessarily as opposed to when you are in a full acoustic environment in here
Yeah.
and letting the acoustics do all of the work that you can. There is more pressure on the vocal mechanism, but once again, you've got to decide what you're going to spend your vocal cash on.
Sure. Yeah.
I love that. You coined that phrase, vocal cash.
Vocal cat. Yeah.